Hello there, YouTube. It's the uh, Arctic Piper here again. Here's the bug that got in my water. But anyways, doing another video, and today will be a interesting video because I'm trying a new blend. In my little sampler clay pipe here, I have some nightcap. Yes, Dunhill's nightcap. So I'll light it with matches. Try that again. Kind of rainy out here today. There we go. So I heard that this is a pretty strong blend. So far, it's super tasty. It'll relight. Got some pieces I drew through, but there we go. That's why we drink water. Let's try it out again. There we go. So right off the bat, it tastes like a typical English blend. Just enough latakia for the spice. And I don't notice anything overpowering, really. Maybe because I'm so used to smoking the Seward's Folly, which is actually pretty similar. So overall, I rate it really well. It's super flavorful. I'd highly suggest, if you like English blends, I'd highly suggest Dunhill's Nightcap. Look at that. We use a clay pipe. You have the markings, I guess, of the, what do you call it? Like the tar residue, I guess. That kind of filters through the clay. So the clay pipe itself acts as a natural filter, which is pretty neat. That's why this is, you know, a good sampler pipe when trying new blends, because also clay pipes don't ghost like a briar does or a cob. And with this particular one, tiny bowl, see that? Very tiny. Sometimes that's all you need. Especially when you're doing a short video. So, I just got done eating lunch. Because I heard that, you know, you should eat a full meal before smoking this. So, it's exactly what I'm doing. I just really good chicken Alfredo pasta with a side salad, and I had some beer to drink, Belgian style, and then I had a small amount of the porter that I brewed, my homebrew porter, for dessert. So this is like a continuation of my dessert right here. I really like it. I have about 2 ounces of it. And I think it's fantastic. Well, for anyone who enjoys a good English blend. It is true that these clay pipes don't ghost. Because I was smoking an aromatic out of this yesterday, and there's no trace in the flavors whatsoever. It's really good. Maybe because I'm biased to English blends. I don't know. How does it compare to the Sword's Folly? Ooh, I don't know. Might come in second, but again, you know, first smoke of it. We'll see how it goes. I've been smoking Sword's Folly for a couple years now, so I'm a little biased. A little update on what I've been doing. My college classes have been going well. Oh, it also happens to be Labor Day. This should be a Labor Day video. Well, it is a Labor Day video. I'm filming it on Labor Day. Filming it kind of late on Labor Day, so you'll probably see it after Labor Day. So I hope all of you had a good Labor Day weekend. I did. I went to our state fair yesterday, which was really fun. And today I'm just taking it slow. It's Labor Day. I'm not at work. And because of Labor Day, we kind of have to think about why we have Labor Day. Also, because I love history, so it's very important in U.S. history. The origins of Labor Day. I'm going to relight my pipe again. Okay. So, Labor Day. I wish I would have read a little more about it before I did this video, but this will just be kind of overview that most of you already know. Well, back in the day, especially during the Victorian period, the age of industry, the age of industry in the 19th century, people used to work on their family farms, in little small shops. Yeah, the baker, the butcher, candlestick maker, farmer. They all did their little, jobs to help the community. Well, age of industry came about, and the formation of factories in the 19th century, both over in Western Europe and the United States. Mills and things, textile mills, clothing becoming more accessible and easier to make because of the technologies and the machinery. Well, it attracted a lot of workers to move into the cities and work for the owners of the factory and become factory workers. Because they promised good, steady paying jobs, which it was. There was issues. Back in the day, Farmer Joe, he would get up, maybe crack of dawn, work till dusk. They didn't work by the clock. They worked, when they felt that they're obligated to, on their own time. After the clock became more, mainstream in society, people started working on the clock. So you would clock in to the factory at a certain time whenever you were, your employer had you clock in. And you would work by the clock until the end of the day. And they worked you really hard. Usually about 6 days a week. With Sunday being your day of rest. To go to church. And that was family time. But even for some people, a lot of people, they had boarding houses. Especially for the women who worked in the textile industry. They would have kind of dorm rooms that they would live in. They would move away from their families. So you either got married and you lived with a man, or for a young lady, you would go work at the factory, working the sewing machines and things, and you basically lived there. Awful work hours. They worked you very, very hard. No break time. You usually ate a little bit of lunch, some bread, maybe some cheese, maybe a little bit of meat, salted meat. That was it. You worked, you went to sleep, you woke up, you did it again. Until after a while, I can't remember the exact date, you could look it up, that, the factory workers and miners and all the trade jobs, not trade jobs, but kind of the working class, they got tired of it. And they're like, hey, you got, you know, unionization in that work environment. You know, in mining and factory working, things like that. That's why we have unions today, to help the employee, help the employee. They're like, hey, you know, instead of the 40-hour work week, you know, if we're working any more than that, you have to give us some good benefits, etc., etc. Because before that, you didn't get any, you know, good benefits, or you got no benefits, and you worked long hours, way over 40 hours a week. Hard, laborious, and dangerous work. That's what brought us Labor Day. Because of all the men and women who fought for a better life, a better quality of life, with the job that they have, so they can live, and so their family can live a good life. Again, there's a lot more history involved. I would highly suggest that you look up the origins of Labor Day. But I think that's a good view of it in a nutshell. Hey, my pipe is out again. I smoked about half a bowl. Delicious stuff. So I hope that your Labor Day weekend is going great, and probably stop the video here. A little shorter video. I'll probably relight this later after the video, so my video isn't as long as what it usually is, but still a very good video, and I hope all of you are doing great and had a great Labor Day weekend. And also, I feel that, you know, after Labor Day, I believe summer is over. Once Labor Day is done, Labor Day weekend's finished. After Labor Day, which will be Tuesday, which is tomorrow for me, maybe it's today for you, maybe it was yesterday, whenever you're watching this video. I feel like in September now, it's autumn. Especially here in Alaska too, where it starts getting a lot colder. And as you see there, a little scruff, growing my beard back, my winter beard. So that's good. You know, that's something good to start in the fall, is your winter beard to keep your face warm, especially up here in Alaska. You know, where it's important to keep your face warm. And so, growing my winter beard out, probably all the way until, I don't know, I feel I want to shave it off again, or, you know, however I feel. Maybe I might get big again, who knows. But definitely I'm going to keep it all winter long, all fall and winter long. So anyways, it's almost to 19 minutes on this video, so enjoy and have a great day. Bye.